Welcome back to the Cash Kicks channel for expert sports analysis, the best team picks, total picks, and in-depth breakdowns based on previous performances. Stay ahead of the game with our winning insights. And for even more exclusive parlay picks, check out Channel in membership. Washington Wizards versus Detroit Pistons. The Washington Wizards arrive at 13-36, sitting near the bottom of the Eastern Conference Southeast Division, while the Detroit Pistons stand tall at 37-12, first in the Central Division and firmly planted near the top of the East. This is more than a mid-season meeting. It's a clash of trajectories. Detroit is defending home floor at Little Caesars Arena, chasing conference supremacy and postseason positioning. Washington is fighting for pride, growth, and signs of identity. The numbers lean heavily toward Detroit. A dominant win probability north of 90% reflects the gap in record and consistency. But the Wizards have shown flashes, enough offensive punch and young production, to test a favorite that can't afford to look ahead. Detroit averages 117.5 points per game to Washington's 112.1. The Pistons shoot 48% from the field compared to the Wizards' 46%, and they combine that efficiency with balance. 26.8 assists per night, 45.7 rebounds, and 6.3 blocks. Washington counters with 25.3 assists, 43.9 rebounds, and 6.0 blocks, but their defensive numbers tell the larger story. 122.7 points allowed per game. Detroit surrenders just 109.9. Offensively, Washington is led by C.J. McCollum at 18.8 points per game on 45.4% shooting and 39.3% from three. Alex Sarr adds 17.4 points and 7.7 rebounds while shooting nearly 50% from the floor. Keyshawn George contributes 15.3 points and 5.6 rebounds, spacing the floor at 37.6% from deep. The Wizards move the ball and have capable shot makers, but turnovers, 15.2 per game, and defensive breakdowns have defined too many nights. Detroit operates with sharper edge and structure. Cade Cunningham orchestrates everything: 25.3 points, 9.8 assists, 5.5 rebounds, shooting 46% overall and nearly 89% from the line. Jalen Duren anchors the interior with 18.0 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 63.4% shooting, a relentless rim presence on both ends. Tobias Harris adds 13.5 points on 45.9% efficiency. The Pistons protect the ball better, 14.5 turnovers, defend the paint, and control tempo through rebounding. The defining theme is simple: Detroit's efficient, balanced offense against Washington's vulnerable defense. Strength versus weakness. Half-court precision versus a unit that struggles to contain dribble penetration and interior finishes. Recent form reinforces the divide. Washington has dropped 4 of its last 5, including losses of 132-101 to New York and 142-111 to the Lakers. Defensive lapses have ballooned margins quickly. Their lone bright stretch came in a tight 109-99 win over Milwaukee, showing they can compete when shots fall and effort holds for 4 quarters. Detroit, meanwhile, has won 4 of its last 5. A 124-121 win over Denver showcased late-game execution. They followed with a 130-77 demolition of Brooklyn and a composed 109-107 win at Denver. Even in their lone loss, a narrow 114-96 setback at Phoenix, their defensive identity remained intact. They are scoring efficiently and defending with discipline. The centerpiece duel belongs to Cunningham and McCollum. Cunningham plays with control, probing, reading, delivering. Nearly 10 assists per game underline his command, and his 57% effective two-point scoring and strong free-throw touch make him a late-game closer. McCollum brings rhythm and shot creation. He can stretch the floor at nearly 40% from 3, but his impact depends heavily on spacing and defensive support. If Washington cannot generate stops, McCollum's scoring bursts won't be enough. Inside, Duren versus Sarr is equally critical. Duren's 10.7 rebounds per game and 63% shooting present a constant vertical threat. Sarr offers length and versatility, averaging 2.1 blocks, but he will need help on the glass to prevent second-chance damage. Tactically, Detroit is likely to prioritize attacking the paint early and often, using dribble penetration and interior post touches to force Washington's defense to collapse into the lane. Once help defenders commit, Detroit can kick the ball out to perimeter shooters, creating clean, rhythm looks from beyond the arc. Their strong assist rate reflects a team that is comfortable operating in structured half-court sets, moving the ball patiently until a high-quality shot develops. Washington, on the other hand, must look to increase the tempo, pushing the ball off rebounds and turnovers to generate easy transition opportunities before Detroit's defense can get set. To stay competitive, they will likely need to outperform their season averages from three-point range and convert efficiently in early offense situations. Ball security will be critical. If turnovers begin to mount, Detroit's ability to capitalize in transition could quickly stretch the margin and shift momentum decisively in their favor. Bench depth and defensive consistency favor the Pistons. They rebound better, protect the rim better, and allow 13 fewer points per game. Washington's path requires offensive efficiency and an outlier shooting night, particularly from three, while limiting second-chance points. Expect Detroit to dictate tempo, leverage interior dominance, and steadily widen the gap through defensive stops. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Detroit Pistons winner. Detroit's efficiency, rebounding edge, and defensive stability should control the flow. Over 4 quarters, balance and discipline prevail. My second pick for this match is total over 224.5. Utah Jazz versus Atlanta Hawks. The Utah Jazz arrive in Atlanta at 16-35, sitting 14th in the Western Conference Northwest Division race, while the Atlanta Hawks stand at 25-27, 4th in the Southeast Division and firmly in the Eastern Conference playoff conversation. For Utah, this is about pride and progress, proving their young core can compete on the road. For Atlanta, it's about position. 1 game under 500 at home, 9-14. They need this one to stabilize their climb. The edge leans heavily toward the Hawks, with the matchup metrics favoring Atlanta by a wide margin. The stage at State Farm Arena is set for a contrast in momentum and expectation. Utah scores 118.3 points per game, but gives up 126.9, a glaring defensive gap. Atlanta averages 117.3 while allowing 118.3. The Hawks don't overwhelm offensively, but they're far steadier on the defensive end. Both teams shoot 47% from the field, but Atlanta's defensive activity stands out. 9.4 steals and 4.6 blocks per game compared to Utah's 8.0 steals and 3.5 blocks. Rebounding slightly favors the Jazz at 43.7 per game to Atlanta's 42.2, while assists are nearly identical. 30.3 for Utah, 30.7 for Atlanta. Turnovers are costly for both, but Atlanta's ability to generate extra possessions through steals tilts tempo in their favor. Lauri Markkanen leads Utah with 27.4 points per game on 47.7% shooting, 38.8% from 3, and 88.8% at the line. He adds 7.0 rebounds and anchors their scoring versatility. Jusuf Nurkic contributes 10.2 rebounds and 11.2 points with interior presence, while Isaiah Collier distributes 7.0 assists. Utah's offense flows through spacing and high pick-and-roll action, but defensively they struggle to protect the rim and contain dribble penetration. Atlanta counters with Jalen Johnson's all-around production, 23.2 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 8.0 assists on 50.2% from the field. He's a matchup problem at every level. Onyeka Okongwu provides rim protection with 1.0 blocks per game and 7.9 rebounds, while Dyson Daniels contributes 1.9 steals and defensive disruption. The Hawks play with balance, wings who defend, rebound, and initiate. Their style is less about pace and more about controlled aggression, forcing turnovers and attacking in transition. The defining theme is simple: Utah's scoring volume versus Atlanta's defensive pressure. The Jazz can light up the scoreboard, but their inability to consistently get stops leaves them vulnerable against a team that thrives on second chances and live ball turnovers. Recent form sharpens the contrast. Utah is 1-4 in its last 5, allowing 132, 140, and 115 in recent losses. Their lone win, a 131-122 result over Indiana, showed offensive firepower, but defensive lapses persist. Atlanta is 2-3 in its last 5, but the wins were emphatic. A 132-116 blowout of Indiana, and a 127-115 victory over Miami. Even in losses, the Hawks have remained competitive with tighter defensive margins than Utah. Atlanta's trajectory feels steadier. Utah's feels volatile. The centerpiece duel is Markkanen versus Johnson. Markkanen's scoring efficiency, 9.3 made field goals per game, nearly 8 three-point attempts nightly, and elite free throw accuracy makes him Utah's offensive lifeline. He's smooth, calculated, and lethal in rhythm. Johnson plays with force. Over 17 field goal attempts per game, double-digit rebounds, and near 8 assists. He's the engine of Atlanta's offense. Where Markkanen thrives on precision and space, Johnson attacks gaps, initiates contact, and fuels transition. At home, with Atlanta's need for momentum, Johnson's physicality could dictate tempo. Tactically, the Atlanta Hawks will look to apply consistent pressure on primary ball handlers, forcing Utah's offense to initiate sets farther from the rim and under duress. With versatile defenders like Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson, Atlanta can switch across multiple positions, disrupt dribble handoffs, and contest perimeter attempts without surrendering easy driving lanes. If the Hawks control the turnover margin and convert steals into transition points, they can stretch the Utah Jazz defense early, forcing quick adjustments and thinning Utah's rotation depth. Utah's clearest path to victory lies in physical rebounding and disciplined half-court execution. Slowing the tempo, limiting live ball turnovers, and leveraging Lauri Markkanen's shooting gravity to create space will be essential. By drawing defenders out to the perimeter, Markkanen can open cutting lanes and interior touches that punish over-rotations. Bench production and rim protection could ultimately decide the matchup. If Onyeka Okongwu anchors the paint effectively and Atlanta rotates with precision on the weak side, Utah's interior scoring opportunities diminish, forcing them into tougher, lower-efficiency perimeter looks late in the shot clock. The X factor is defensive discipline. Utah gives up nearly 127 per game. That's not a minor league, that's structural. If Atlanta keeps Utah below 115, the game tilts decisively. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Atlanta Hawks winner. Atlanta's defensive activity and all-around balance will overcome Utah's scoring bursts. Johnson's versatility, paired with turnover pressure and home court rhythm, provides the edge. In a game defined by structure versus volatility, the Hawks' steadiness wins out under the lights in Atlanta. My second pick for this match is total over Atlanta Hawks 236.5, Charlotte Hornets versus Houston Rockets. The Charlotte Hornets arrive in Houston at 23-28, sitting fourth in the Southeast Division and fighting to stay relevant in the Eastern Conference picture. Across the floor, the Houston Rockets stand at 31-17, second in the Southwest Division and firmly planted near the top tier of the West. For Charlotte, this is about credibility and momentum. For Houston, it's about protecting home court and strengthening position in a crowded conference race. The numbers lean toward the home side. Houston holds a 65.5% edge in win probability. But the margins inside the data tell a far more competitive story. Both teams average 116.0 points per game. The separation lies in control, efficiency, and defensive resistance. Charlotte plays at a balanced offensive rhythm. They shoot 46% from the field, distribute 26.6 assists per night, and attack the glass for 46.0 rebounds. Brandon Miller leads them with 20.6 points per game on 43.1% shooting and 36.6% from three, while LaMelo Ball adds 19.1 points and 7.5 assists, stretching defenses at 36.3% from deep and nearly 89% at the line. Moussa Diabate anchors the interior with 8.5 rebounds, and center Ryan Kalkbrenner provides rim protection with 1.5 blocks per game. Charlotte also forces 6.6 steals and 4.6 blocks as a team, showing active hands but allowing 114.2 points defensively, a number that exposes vulnerability. Houston counters with precision and power. They shoot 47.3% from the field, 36.9% from three, and 75.5% at the free throw line. Kevin Durant headlines the offense with 26.2 points per game on 51.0% shooting and 40.5% from deep, adding 4.6 assists and elite shot-making under pressure. Alperen Şengün delivers 21.4 points, 9.4 rebounds, and 6.3 assists, functioning as both interior scorer and offensive hub. Amen Thompson injects energy with 18.1 points, 5.5 assists, 7.8 rebounds, and 1.5 steals, while the Rockets collectively control 49.4 rebounds per game and allow just 110.0 points. They also generate 8.7 steals and 5.8 blocks nightly, defensive pressure that fuels transition. This game's defining theme is balance versus structure. Charlotte thrives when the ball moves freely and their guards dictate tempo. Houston imposes physicality, wins the rebounding margin, and leans on efficient half-court execution. If the Rockets own the glass and protect the paint, they tilt the game on their terms. Charlotte enters having won 4 of their last 5, including a 102-95 win over New Orleans and a 130-93 offensive burst against Philadelphia. Even their recent loss was competitive, a 111-106 decision against San Antonio. They've scored at least 109 points in 4 of 5 outings, flashing offensive confidence and improved scoring depth. Houston has been equally strong, winning 4 of 5 as well. They handled Indiana 118-114 and Atlanta 104-86, and even in a 111-99 loss to Sacramento, the defense kept the game within striking distance. The Rockets have held opponents under 112 points in 4 of 5 games, signaling tightening defensive discipline. At the center of the spotlight sits the duel between Brandon Miller and Kevin Durant. Miller scores 20.6 per night and stretches the floor with fluid perimeter shooting. He plays with controlled tempo, rising into jumpers and attacking mismatches. Durant, meanwhile, operates with surgical aggression. 26.2 points on 51% shooting, over 40% from three, and the ability to create clean looks late in the clock. Add Şengün's 21.4 points and 9.4 rebounds against Diabate's interior presence, and the battle in the paint becomes just as critical as the perimeter exchange. Tactically, the Houston Rockets' edge begins on the glass. A projected 49.4 to 46.0 rebounding advantage, paired with stronger steal and block rates, points to consistent second-chance opportunities and the ability to ignite transition offense off defensive stops. Controlling the boards not only limits extra possessions for opponents, but also fuels Houston's preferred tempo, allowing them to attack before defenses are fully organized. For the Charlotte Hornets, discipline will be critical. They average 14.8 turnovers per game, and careless ball handling against an active Houston defense could quickly snowball into easy runouts the other way. To counter Houston's defensive resistance, Charlotte must convert efficiently from the perimeter and make quick, decisive reads against switching coverages. Ball movement will be their lifeline. Averaging 26.6 assists per game, the Hornets are at their best when the offense flows side to side, forcing rotations and creating open catch-and-shoot opportunities. If they can protect the ball, maintain spacing, and generate clean looks early in the clock, they can neutralize Houston's physical advantages and keep the game within their preferred offensive rhythm. For Houston, spacing around Durant and Şengün will test Charlotte's perimeter containment. If Thompson pushes tempo off steals, the Rockets can stretch the margin quickly. Bench stability and late-game execution favor Houston's deeper rotation and defensive consistency at home. The X factor lies in rebounding margin and shot efficiency. If Charlotte matches Houston's physicality inside, their scoring balance keeps them within reach. But if the Rockets dominate the boards and force live ball turnovers, the tempo shifts decisively. Expect a competitive first half fueled by Charlotte's confidence, but over 48 minutes, Houston's efficiency and defensive structure should assert control. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Houston Rockets winner. Houston's rebounding strength and defensive pressure create the separation. At home, with the more efficient offensive core, they close with composure and make a statement in the Western race. My second pick for this match is total over 215.5. Golden State Warriors versus Phoenix Suns. The Pacific Division spotlight burns bright in Phoenix. The Suns sit at 31-20, 6th in the Western Conference, and firmly in the playoff hunt. The Warriors arrive at 27-24, 8th in the West, trying to solidify their footing and climb out of the play-in picture. Phoenix has taken 2 of the first 3 meetings, and the numbers give the Suns a slight edge again, just over a 55% lean in their favor. This isn't just another regular season stop. It's positioning. It's momentum. It's a statement opportunity for 2 teams separated by only 4 games, but trending in very different directions. Golden State scores 116.2 points per game, slightly ahead of Phoenix's 114.1. The Warriors shoot 46% from the field, matching the Suns' 46% efficiency, and their offense generates 28.9 assists per night. Clear evidence of ball movement and rhythm. Phoenix counters with 24.9 assists per game, but makes up ground on the glass, pulling down 43.1 rebounds to Golden State's 42.7. Defensively, the margins are razor thin. The Warriors allow 114.0 points per game. The Suns give up 111.6. Phoenix forces a few more takeaways, 10.3 steals per night compared to 9.9, while Golden State protects the rim slightly better at 4.5 blocks to Phoenix's 4.1. Turnovers are nearly even, 15.0 per game for Golden State, 14.3 for Phoenix. From three-point range, Golden State leans on volume and spacing, with Stephen Curry shooting 39.1% and Moses Moody at 40.7%. Phoenix spreads the floor differently. Devin Booker at 31.3% from deep, Grayson Allen at 36.8%, and Dillon Brooks at 35.8%, relying more on mid-range precision and interior balance. Stephen Curry remains the Warriors' engine at 27.2 points per game on 46.8% shooting and a blistering 93.1% from the line. He adds 4.8 assists and 3.5 rebounds while commanding defensive attention every possession. Draymond Green anchors the structure with 5.7 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 0.7 blocks, directing traffic defensively and facilitating offense. Jimmy Butler III contributes 20.0 points and 5.6 rebounds, bringing physicality and 51.9% shooting efficiency. Phoenix counters with Devin Booker's 25.4 points and 6.2 assists per night. He's shooting 45.6% overall and 86.4% at the line, controlling pace and closing quarters. Mark Williams owns the interior with 8.1 rebounds and 1.0 block per game, while Jordan Goodwin adds 1.5 steals, pressuring passing lanes. The defining theme: Golden State's perimeter orchestration versus Phoenix's balanced scoring and defensive steadiness. Recent form sharpens the contrast. Golden State has dropped 3 of its last 5. Losses to Philadelphia, 113-94, Detroit, 131-124, and Minnesota, 108-83, with wins over Utah, 140-124, and Minnesota, 111-85. Their offense can erupt, but inconsistency lingers. Phoenix, meanwhile, has won 4 of its last 5, including victories over Portland, 130-125, Cleveland, 126-113, Detroit, 114-96, and Brooklyn, 106-102. The only blemish was a tight loss to the Clippers, 117-93. The Suns are closing games cleaner and defending with more discipline. The star duel commands the night: Stephen Curry's gravity and deep-range audacity versus Devin Booker's composed shot creation. Curry's 27.2 points on elite efficiency, including 39.1% from three-point range, stretched defenses beyond conventional structure. His willingness to launch from well behind the arc forces defenders to pick him up early, bending coverage, and opening driving lanes for teammates before the action fully develops. Booker counters with 25.4 points and 6.2 assists per game, thriving in the mid-range where footwork, balance, and timing define his craft. He probes defensive gaps patiently, manipulates switches, and dictates tempo with calculated attacks rather than hurried decisions. Curry plays in bursts, explosive, momentum-flipping stretches that can erase deficits in minutes. Booker plays in waves, steady pressure, methodical scoring, and incremental control that gradually tilts the floor. If Curry finds early rhythm from distance, the geometry of the court changes instantly, stretching help defenders to uncomfortable depths. If Booker consistently gets downhill and earns trips to the line, Phoenix can slow the tempo, manage possessions, and impose its preferred pace deep into the fourth quarter. Tactically, this matchup hinges on rebounding control and transition balance. Phoenix's slight edge on the glass could limit Golden State's second-chance looks. The Warriors will test Phoenix's perimeter containment with constant motion and off-ball screens. Expect Draymond Green to orchestrate from the high post, forcing defensive switches and creating cutting lanes. On the other end, Mark Williams' presence inside challenges Golden State's smaller lineups. If Phoenix collapses effectively and rotates out to shooters, they can blunt the Warriors' spacing. Bench contributions and defensive communication loom large. Golden State thrives when secondary shooters like Moody and Brandon Podziemski convert open looks. Phoenix's depth, Allen, Brooks, and O'Neal, must sustain scoring when Booker sits. Late game, the Suns have been more composed recently, protecting leads and limiting turnovers. The edge tilts slightly toward Phoenix. Their defensive efficiency, rebounding stability, and recent rhythm provide the margin. Expect a competitive, high-level contest, but in the closing minutes, the Suns' balance should prevail. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Phoenix Suns winner. Phoenix's discipline on the glass and steadier defensive stretches will be the difference, sealing a pivotal Pacific Division win. My second pick for this match is total over 215.5.